$1 billion table is where you become more educated about your dream. We all have dreams, we have goals, but sometimes we struggle to reach them, to achieve them. And we need knowledge. That's all what it takes us to know how can we get there. So we do it because we know what we do and we do what we know. So today we came to the one and only, to my brother. His name is Wesam Baraz. He's one of the biggest real estate agent in San Antonio. I'm not talking about the average real estate agent. Talking about passion, about patience, about somebody who is so serious and he mean it. So we're here to understand and know how money works, how you can grow your money, and how can you have established business so it can help you and your family. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful and honored to have you in this show. And thank you for having us in your great office, brother.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for the invite, for the call, and invite me to be in this beautiful podcast. I'm sure that we're gonna be both sharing some good nuggets in this beautiful podcast.
Thanks so much.
So thanks for having me, and I hope that people will enjoy it and learn from it. That's a goal.
Right.
What we're about to share. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, brother. So we already want to know who you are. So how you can introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Wesam Baraz. I'm from Baghdad, Iraq. I came to US in 2009, and I was in California for about 2 years, and then I decided to move to San Antonio in 2011.
Right.
So since then, I'm still here in San Antonio. I love it. I'm a father, 2 beautiful daughters.
That's amazing.
And my beautiful wife, and then got married in 2017, and I was working, with a company as a W-2 employee.
Right.
And then I said, you know what? I'm always the business. It's in my mind,
Right.
I'm like, let's switch it up. So I quit my W-2 job, and then I become as an entrepreneur, business owner.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
I own 2 businesses. I have the real estate business, and I have also a franchise, like an ice cream franchise business.
Right. That's great.
So, and that's always been my passion, to be as an entrepreneur versus, I think
You're right.
Employee, the W-2.
Right. That's a greatness. I mean, listening to your story and behind the scenes, we have also have a little bit of like the background story, like you leaving home and going to Jordan and starting your own business in Jordan. And I mean, I've been in Jordan. I was like, when I heard that somebody was in my case and opened a business, I feel like, damn, bro, you've been suffering too much. I've been like,
Yeah.
So I feel like you have that mindset and you have that passion. It's not just here. It's just like it's been there.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference between the entrepreneur and the W-2 or the employee in your perspective? What the different life, how it looks like, Diva?
I mean, difference is big, definitely. I mean, if you want to talk about general idea, I mean, here where you have more flexibility on your schedule,
Right.
time,
True.
versus here, you work for someone, you have to follow their schedule, their time, their hours, whatever. But my biggest takeaway from the entrepreneur versus the W-2 job, where W-2, even though you might have some, area you can grow and you become who you want to become, but still there's a limit, there's a ceiling always. Versus the entrepreneur, sky's your limit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Always.
You can grow as much as you want to be, at.
Right.
You can expand. You can do a lot of, stuff.
Right.
Where with the W-2, you're very limited.
Right. So it's a freedom.
It's a freedom for
Right.
Sure.
It's a freedom. It's more a control
It's
because I heard
difficult though.
Right.
It's hard. It's not
Right.
easy.
Right. Right.
Where you have to manage yourself. You have to control yourself. You have to, come up with everything. But obviously,
Everything. Right.
But I mean, again, if you're into it, if you focus, if you know what you're doing, if you know what is your big why you want to do this, definitely that is gonna take you wherever you want to go.
What is the difference? So I know you have two beautiful daughters, and I have and you have a family too. You have a wife.
Yeah.
And I know that's your why. You know, you're waking up every day because you are a hero right now.
Exactly. Why is my my family.
So they look at you every day that you have to make it happen, and you making it.
I told my wife, I'm like, I never want to be on one day that you asked me for something, or my dad asked me for something, that I can say, you know what, I cannot do this. You know, oh, I'm sorry, I'm broke, or you know, I just that you know, it means a lot.
You always want to be a strong man, a provider.
I want exactly, you know.
Right.
I want to be able to provide what my family really, you know, needs and enjoy, and that's something that I always, you know, put it in front of me.
Right.
You know, so that's it's. I think that's how made me become. You know, I want to be. You know.
True.
So that's kind of something that I always been. You know,
you always want to be the leader that you always want to be.
I just don't want to be don't want to be like
left behind.
You know, or behind or weak, or you know, or like working 24 hours and not be able to see my family. You know what I mean? So that's something that always been working on it. And at the end, we should be an entrepreneur. Yes, we have flexibility in the schedule, but also we need to work, and we need to have plans and focus, so we can enjoy that, and plus creating a balance. You know, balance between work and family, and so that's something that.
And yourself, I believe sometimes. So, because this is my question now, what do you think that people right now, if somebody in 9 to 5 and he has an average job, right? What do you think he needs for him to get out, to start as an entrepreneur? Because entrepreneur, in my perspective, we fix a problem. Like, we look to problems, how we fix them, right?
Yeah.
And it depends on entrepreneur. I like to fix rich people problems. Yeah. That's all what I love to work with. So they have people who like to fix any problem, right? So for you as an entrepreneur today, and somebody wants to get out, what is the need or the tools that he needs to be having?
I mean, first of all, let's do this. I mean, let's put it this way. We're not judging people that works at the company. I mean, you know, there's a lot of successful people that work in that investment, you know what I mean? And not everyone want to be in this kind of, you know, they want to be in an entrepreneur.
I agree.
More, you know what I mean?
I don't think everybody can, to be honest.
Exactly, you know? But if someone thinking about that, I mean, just put your goals, like where you want to be at, you know, write them down somewhere, you know, not just, you know, in your mind or somewhere in the air. Write them down and have them put on the wall.
Right.
This is my why. This is my big goal. This is what I want to be at. Write it down. That way you can see it every day in front of you. Okay. Oh, remind you. When you look to that paper or piece of notes you put on the wall, it reminds you, hey, you have a homework. Yeah, you need to do. And that kind of, you know, put it your way. It's like a GPS. You know, go into the car, driving the car, not knowing where you're going.
That's true.
You're just gonna be circling around
on gas.
You know, circling around gas and everything, and then you run out, and then like, what's gonna happen?
You got nowhere, right?
You know, you got nowhere, and then you go back to the. You might be able to go back to the first point. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you have an A and B, you have a GBA, you have a goal where you want to be hitting. I mean, that's something that you know,
that's great. Clarity, you mean? Like, I believe it. Yeah, I always tell people. I always tell people that, because I feel like we moving on panic attack. Like we move, like we wake up to do what we have done yesterday without even thinking why we have done it. And if we really want the result from yesterday, but we don't even think, we just do it the same. We go the same way.
It's funny that I tell my wife, you know, my wife, I tell this story. When we got married, I was working as a W-2 job, right, with a company that I've been there for about 4 years. And I worked my way up. Like, I started as a very, you know, bottom, like one of the basic position. And within a year or so, I moved up quickly, and they promoted me to be a team lead. And then, you know, with a pay increase and all that kind of stuff. So like, you know, I think it's time for me to switch it up, you know,
to grow,
to go out to be as a business owner.
Right.
She was like, well, we just got married. We have a hell of front of us, and we're about to build a family.
Right.
Are you sure about how you're going to be successful?
Right.
I'm like, I think
I think I'm
do
gonna
it.
make it.
Just do it. If we're going to be putting all these concerns, we're never going to move forward.
Wow,
We're never going to move like a step forward.
That's a powerful point.
So I'm like, just do it. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to be passionate, and
We have just to do whatever it takes.
it's a family thing, not personal, just not me or just not you. It's we. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's kind of something that we both agree.
So that's great, bro. So basically, so what you're saying is sometimes people from your circle or people who love you the most, they don't have the same courage or the
Exactly.
same image
Yeah.
or the same view you have, but they still love you though.
Of course,
They care about you.
they care about
The point is they can't see what you see. They can't feel the courage you have. So they can't agree from the first time, or they can't feel the confidence until you give it to them. And that's what I believe the real leader does. So when she agreed, that means she felt and she can see how serious you are.
Yeah.
She know that this guy
I go like,
he's not gonna stop. He's
no,
not-
never going to stop. You're
no
never
way.
like I say,
I'm proud of you, brother.
yeah, I'm like,
Bro.
bro. I went to Jordan. I lived in Jordan for about 3 years, and by the way, this is my best 3 years in Jordan.
Right.
I love Jordan.
Yeah,
and I definitely when I go back to overseas, one of the countries I want to visit in Jordan.
Right.
I created a lot of friends over there.
Right.
And I still talk to them until this day. Man, when you hear about Jordan, it's different when you live in Jordan. Really. It's the environment, the atmosphere is different.
What you like about Jordan?
A lot of stuff.
What is-
a lot of stuff. I mean, the people.
Right.
I mean, the country itself.
Right. The opportunity.
The opportunities that
Right.
I think I was lucky. I call myself lucky.
Right.
Maybe or I don't know, maybe
Blessed.
exactly blessed.
Blessed is
That I got surrounded by people that they were so good to me.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I believe, if you don't cut me off, one time I heard the great Jim. He say, "Luck comes to those who works harder."
Yep.
So I believe you do.
100%.
That's what I heard. That you're not lucky. You earn this luck, or you.
One of the people that I worked for in Jordan for about 6 months, 7 months, Rashid family. I love these people. They helped me a lot. They
Right.
support me a lot. I still talk to them until this day.
Right. That's a blessing.
And then from there I got into the opportunity to become a DJ. I did a lot of gigs, weddings over there.
Right.
And then I just expanded my business to, like as an event planner, creator, and
That's powerful.
I was just blessed with that. And then that got me into the opportunity to meet a lot of people,
Right.
Get a lot of people,
True.
So when someone says Jordan, I'm like, I get all these back memories about Jordan,
Right.
beautiful memories. Definitely.
That's great.
It's a step. Put me when I think at that time I was 18, 19 years old, so I wasn't
Wow.
that old, and by myself in Jordan without my parents.
Right.
I think that was a big, from
Transformation.
my dad, just like, hey,
You have to get.
you're gonna be in Jordan. Yeah.
Wow.
And my sister, we have some family, but they were like, we were in the middle of getting, going.
But you choose. You are the choosing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, from your dad.
So I'm like,
Right.
I think I need to work.
Right.
Even my dad, he passed away, but I mean, even my dad,
Sorry
he
to
said, I'm
hear
gonna
that.
support. Yeah.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you. So
Support you, but I'm like, I think from my personal, I like to rely on myself.
right.
I like to
make
rely on myself, and just go through it.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's great, and that's inspired because I believe being independent or self-independent is where a lot of men have to get back to.
Yeah.
Because I see there is a lot of men in the last few years with this shift of energy. There is a lot of female becoming like so alpha, or they have so much masculine energy. I think they are making the balance messed up in this universe. So the man sometimes, because what he got in him, he can't make that powerful decision to be only the provider that I want to do it on myself. And that's what I believe. That's what I believe. I'm sorry, but that's what I believe, that man has to look look for today,
Yeah.
to look to himself, inside himself, to see how he can do it if he really looked to inside, not to the outside.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate you for being that man, brother.
Yeah, and then I met a lot of people in Jordan where a lot of guys, hey, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm just living here. My family, pay for my expense. I'm like,
What?
my dad can do that, but I mean, I choose to not to ask him
Right.
for any support. I mean, they support us a lot,
Oh,
definitely. But I'm gonna do
Your
best.
mental,
My mentally
right.
just won't let me. I'm
Right.
like, no, I need to. I like to work. I like to,
Make
I don't want to be sleeping, until like 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then
Oh.
just get up off because my
Right.
family, they're willing to pay my expenses. I'm like, no.
Right.
I got up at 6, 7 o'clock in the
make it
morning, and just hit the road. You know what I mean?
Fact.
So go meet people, networking. It's just
Get it
my
done.
second day in Jordan. I went out of the house. I'm like, let's go find a job.
Let's go.
Let's go find a job.
Yeah,
Even though
powerful.
the pay is less where you're gonna be spending for at least a rent or whatever. But I'm like, let's go find a job. And then literally from the first store, which is the Shashi family in the Dual Medina, I'm like, hey, I'm looking for a job. I'm like, when are you available? I'm like, right now. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Let's get it.
So I'm like, and then I went in,
Right.
10, 12 hours a day at least.
Right.
And I did it for 6 months, 7 months, and I learned a lot from that
Right.
from that business, from that.
I think that's the meaning of every experience in our life. It's to teach us. We either learn or we earn.
Yeah,
And life.
exactly.
Yeah, and I believe that's when people, like even the refugee situation in my life, it was the biggest lesson I learned. I become the strongest man I ever met in my life.
Yeah.
I go through things that I never thought that I can go through it.
And that's a lesson, by the way.
That's
Whatever
the
you
biggest
go through is a lesson.
And a blessing at the
And
same
you
time.
choose what lesson you want to learn.
True. Right.
Uh,
That's exactly what I say. Thank you. I think that's the power of the human right now.
Yeah.
We can choose our destiny in life. When people, they think they cannot be in control of the destiny.
Yeah.
They think, like right now, when I went to Jordan, which is I'm sending love and blessing to everybody in there. And
Yeah.
I really have respect. I love to Jordan, to everybody that, because they really opened their door for us, right?
exactly.
And that's when you have, I love that you respect the people who was in your back.
And that also comes from your background, what your
Right.
family is teaching you.
Right.
I remember my dad, when I was 5, 6 years old, take me to to the business, to his business. I use a lot of heavy tools, dangerous tools when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
Like from, like a machine that weld things together. You know what I mean? But I was a kid. I wasn't an adult. I'm like, every summer, my dad take me to the business. I'm like,
Right.
let's get to work.
That's good.
So I think that's
Right.
taught me a lot of stuff
Right.
when I was a kid and how to be responsible. I remember when I was 16, 15, 16 years old, I told my dad, I'm like, I'm going to go to a place in North Iraq. I think it was 17 years old. I'm going to go to North Iraq to buy some supplies for the business, I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And he kind of threw me there. I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Right.
I went with my friend, and I went shop for some,
Right.
inventory for
For the
our business.
Right.
I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
go ahead. So I think my dad, my family taught me a lot of stuff.
Right.
And
They built the man that's you.
When I see my dad, he goes through every day in the morning, evening, and he got up every day, no matter sick, good health,
Good mood, bad mood going.
you have
Good. Everyone.
you have a lot, people, employees that are responsible for to pay, So
Right.
get up in the morning, and he doesn't come back until like sometimes 10, 11 o'clock at night, even at night,
Mm-hmm. That's a great
and
example.
how find a solution for a problem.
Right.
The thing is, a lot of people, they just focus on the problem, and when you focus on the problem, or when you focus on something, just expand. So and that's something that I learned is when you have a problem, okay, just shift your mind right away and say, what is the solution?
Wow.
And just focus on the solution.
That's you said. This is the biggest hack. The community voice.
I mean, that's kind of I shifted my mind. When you have a problem, just leave the problem alone.
I could
Focus. What's the solution?
Right.
Or just say, oh, we have a problem. Okay. Oh, problem.
Right.
Okay. And then, but this is a problem. Okay. Oh, leave it alone.
right.
Focus on what is the solution. And when you focus on the solution, then just your mind will expand. There's a solution for everything.
All the time.
You just have to find it.
And it's abundance
Yeah.
of solutions.
Exactly.
There's abundance of options.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
right.
You just need to find the solution.
Right. So what you focus on, where focus goes, energy flows.
Exactly.
So this is what Tony Robbins said. So basically, whatever we focus on, we feed it, and we allow it to grow in our life. So okay.
So, and that's how
You build all this, like the personality, the mindset, and it comes all the way through all this experience to you are here right now.
Yeah.
So you made money. I mean, we all made it. We lost money sometimes. We have business. You have like up and down stuff.
100%.
Like, everywhere. So after all what you have done in business and money and around, what money means to you today?
I mean, everyone needs money, this life. Definitely it's, for your family and, to purchase food and goods and all that kind of stuff, right? I think money, as right now, to me is, and maybe, there's something called, okay, if I give you $1 million, what are you going to do with it? I'm like, well, I don't know. Then sometimes money becomes unnecessary if you don't have the knowledge.
Right.
Because what we call it, knowledge is money, right? If I don't have the knowledge what to do about, if I have like say, you put in front of me a $2 million or $1 million on the table, right? But I don't have the knowledge what to do with the money.
Right.
It just becomes nothing.
Useless.
Useless. So I rather have the knowledge, and I can get money. I was just talking to that to a friend a couple of days ago. I'm like, money is not hard to get. A lot of people
We're gonna go to that point.
Yeah.
Now,
money. I mean, I want to go back. Money basically for me is just a tool to feed my family and purchase and do.
Right. But it's needed, right?
Regular activities, yes. General activities for me.
True. So I have two questions. First is going to be like a little bit of the last question we have. When you talk about Jordan, I think from listening to a lot of people, because I still have a lot of friends and family in Jordan too.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of them. So when we communicate, I feel like some of them, they think they are lacking of opportunity and lacking, as you just say, of success. So what do you say today, or what can you say to this guy in Jordan who think there is no opportunity, there is no money, and he cannot make it? Can you just say something to like from your own experience?
No, I think there are opportunities everywhere. You just have to find it. You just have to know. First of all, you need to know what is your passion, what is your why, and then you have to find that something that matches you, right?
Right.
Matches you, and love to do, and just go, look for it. It's just not about sitting in your couch and waiting for someone to call you. Hey, I got an opportunity for you. Okay, you just gotta go look for it.
True.
What are you looking for? What you're like? So what you need to find your whys and your passion, and why. What kind of opportunity that you're gonna be enjoying and be successful at it.
Right.
And you just look for it.
Right. And that's great, because I think this is a different way of thinking of people looking for money. Because I think people works for money, they don't work for joy.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, money, I think, is not a biggest problem right now. I mean,
a lot of people. That's the question. Why you think money is easy nowadays? What is that power or courage coming from to say these words today when people are struggling of getting money every day?
Well, again, I want to say this, because there's lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge.
Right.
Let's say if I have a project that I want to fund, right? Let's say I want to build. I have a lot that I can build 300 homes, for example.
Right.
And I need $1 million.
Right.
But I have $1 million. But I have the project. Right. And I have the knowledge how to do that project. Okay. Because I have all of that, and I have a clear picture, and I have everything, and from A to Z. Do you think if I present this project to a bunch of people, do you think that they're not going to come to bring me money,
Of course.
invest,
True.
and bring me the capital that I need?
Thank you. That's right. They will all love to
Right?
make it some
I know I have a lot of people right now
right.
that, hey Sam, if you run through a project, I have the money.
Right.
So the money is there, right? But the knowledge that we're lacking,
Wow, that's an amazing way
the
to
knowledge that we're lacking into,
Right.
You know what I mean? If you learn how to do things,
right.
then money become place to get.
True.
You know?
And that's so great, man, because I believe like so one time I was coaching this on Zoom, right?
Yeah.
And one guy he said, I have an idea I want you to invest in. I'm like, what is your idea? He's like, I can't tell it to you on the phone. I'm like, no, send me an email or show me what's your idea. He's like, I know, I haven't write it down yet. I'm like, so you don't have nothing yet?
No.
You're just talking.
And
you know?
no.
So this is not, that's what is so great because I believe in what you just said so clear.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, so I'm coming here, that's as an example, right? When I come here, I don't know Sam. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't know Dr. Khalid. I know you on the phone.
Yeah.
But what I know that's God. He put me and you in one line for a reason. So I have faith that even on the way, no matter what's going to happen, I'm going to get from. Because I'm doing the action. I'm driving 18 hours in my car to get here, right?
So you're driving to your opportunities.
Right.
You're pushing the opportunities.
That's
it,
right.
You know?
So people, I think what you just told me is so important because people are just waiting at the house on the sofa, they're hugging their pillow, and they have and then they tell you there is no business. And I think that's what makes, when you go behind what you want, I believe what you want is going to come behind.
It's going to come to you, yeah?
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
like say, I have, man, I get calls every day from people, hey Sam, we got money, do you have any project that you're working on? Mm-hmm. You need fund to it. Mm-hmm. We can fund you, we can do that. I'm like, so that, because they see the knowledge that I have,
right,
and now money is coming to me.
Right.
I got a call from a guy actually in overseas.
Right.
And we just had a conversation a couple of days ago. He's coming with $millions of dollars. Okay.
Right.
I'm like, Sam, find me a project, find me something that to invest, and I got the money. So I already have money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
True.
So money is not the issue, the knowledge is the issue.
Right. So the value, I think, you can say it.
I mean, you can call it
valuable enough.
Yeah. Definitely, that's your value to us.
Right.
You're adding to someone, you're giving to someone.
Right.
When you know about it, when you learn about it, when you have the knowledge of it,
right,
definitely that's become a value to others.
So true.
Sam Abdullah is, very knowledgeable of this and this and this, right? Coaching, because you're already putting the value, you already know the knowledge, so that could become a value to the
become
people.
an asset, right? And so that's important because I believe we do what we know, we know what we do. So right now, if, like, let's say, I start learning because I already got tired from being sick, like I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to be poor. I grew up at 9 years old. My first job was when I was 9 years old, and I grew up in a way like, I always asked my dad, like, why we poor, man? He's like, oh, God wants like that. I'm like, damn, why God is not fair like that? Why my uncle has the money and the food and I'm not? So I always have that question in me. So what's going on? And my whole life changed when my dad changed his job. So is the God has nothing to do with the situation, was the job that is going to do with the situation. So at that age, I know I'm missing something because I can see the different life. I can see my neighbor have a different life of mine. And my question was not what is wrong. I was just asking just why. And that's when I'm like, so if I learn how to do that, I'm really capable. I can do that. Just teach me how. And then when I start to feel like, as you say, I need to get out of this depression, I need to show my parents first that they really have a son that they could be proud of. Because I think I really can show the world so much kindness and goodness and value that I was not able to do it because maybe my environment, my mindset, and my way. And right now, when you're saying it's just like exactly what I feel like. When you become when you have a why, and my why was to free myself from all this medication and do something bigger than me, I really found the way. And the way was a book. Like I read the first book. The first book teach me something. And then, because if you don't change, nothing going to change.
And that's going to change your behavior, because whatever you feed to your mind, and that's how your behavior will become, I think.
Right.
You know, and then surrounding yourself as well, I think.
Right.
Around others.
Right.
You know, you heard that story, when you surround yourself with the 6 millionaires, you become the 7th.
That's right.
You know?
Right.
So
now when you like surround yourself with 5 broke people, you become right.
From the broke.
Yeah, that's right. So right now with this strategy, because I had a mentor, he does also, he had a podcast, so we shoot it for him. We have a BDT production company.
Yeah.
So we made like 50 millionaires in this podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we interviewed them. So I was shooting the podcast, I'm listening. So what they said, what you just said, by the way, they say that we work so much for money until we realize money is so easy.
So easy to get.
So and I'm like, so they all ask like, how money is easy? Because people focusing on money when they're not focusing on the vision.
On the vision.
Elon Musk, he become a trillionaire because he doesn't look for money. He create the vision and he bring people money. Mm. So I understand in this podcast that I shoot is the secret or to wealth is OPM. That's correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Like this OPM is the way that people, because Apple has $108 billion in debt today with the bank. And they make last month $138 billion in revenue. So
using other money, using other people's money. Leveraging your other people's money.
Right. So that's exactly. So right now with all this knowledge and experience that you have and you understand those games, right? How can you advise somebody? Because today we have a struggle in business. If you start, like whoever's starting business today, 50% of this business failing in the next 2 years, 80% in the next 4 years, and in 5 years, 99% almost, or 25. So there is only five businesses going to survive in what's going on today.
Yeah.
And you know, there is like not a peaceful place going on out this room right now.
Yeah.
And people want to make more money for family, for business. So what is the structure that you use if you're able to help us, and so we can grow? I want first the way that you are able to get people trust. How people like Wesam down, how they trust you, what the energy that you give to receive that trust energy.
Yeah.
Because energy is trust, right? So how would you, like who you are to become that trustworthy on that level?
I mean, people, you know, energy is a big thing, right?
Right.
When they see you, when they see your energy, your positivity, and your value, and how do you create value for others, and by your knowledge and your passion, right? And that's, I believe, that become a value to others people, right? So I always go back. What I when they taught me, here at KW and, as in medicine in general, it's, I think your big why, right? When you have a big why, and I'm like, okay, I want to do this. This is my big why. This is what I want to do this, and I want to be successful, right? And that kind of start putting your mind on focus, and you kind of plan your way. You're reading books, listening to leaders in the business,
right? Who you think that's a good somebody to listen to today?
One of the people that I listen a lot to is Gary Keller.
Yeah, Gary is amazing.
He has a podcast, things like a CEO. And,
right, that's amazing. I love that podcast.
I just listen to these people.
Right.
I follow these people. I go to
their seminars,
conventions. Plus I have some other successful people in business as well.
You learn from.
I meet and learn and talk to them all the time.
That's powerful.
So
you are teachable and coachable.
Exactly. I mean, you have to be.
Okay, so that's the key.
You have to be,
right,
because not everyone is right 100%.
Right.
I
think I agree.
You have to learn, and you have to be coachable. You have to be mind shifted as well. You
have to be adapt to change.
Exactly. Depends on the stage, or depends on the time. I mean, for example, real estate market is shifting between time to time.
All the time.
What are you going to do?
Okay. Yeah.
The old way I mean, the way that I used to do it when it was a good market,
Right.
it's not going to work in this market
At all.
So you have to be able to change. You have to be able to adapt to change. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of thing that a lot of people, I'm like, this is my way. I'm going to do this my way. I'm like,
Right.
hey, like say I have two businesses. Each business is different. Different strategies, different
marketing,
concepts, different marketing, different concepts,
different CEO.
Different, exactly.
Right.
Right. So I'm dealing with customers and employees, and employees are, a lot of them, 67 years old, and learn how to talk to these people versus here in the real estate business where
Entrepreneurs,
different mind, different mindset, different mind thinking. So I'm like, so I have to be able to adapt and change, switch. I have a switch. Boom, boom.
Right.
Like, so that way
flexible.
Flexibility definitely is a big thing.
Right.
You have to be flexible.
Right.
And I don't want to say easygoing, but sometimes you just have to,
be kind, maybe.
Exactly. Be kind and also be able to shift right away.
Right. Right.
Back and forth.
That's awesome.
But it comes down to, the main concept of each business and what strategy you apply to it. And there's nothing wrong with someone has no knowledge, but the problem is where you just stick with that and you don't learn. You don't want to learn.
Right.
I'm like, I'm just going to say it like that. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's a powerful word.
Just learn, man. Just read books. I mean, definitely
you focus a lot of knowledge because I love that. I love how many times you repeat that word because in the world I live in, it depends on information only.
Yeah.
Like I can't depend on.
You need to have the growth mindset though, in the place.
Right.
Right.
That's the way that I believe you create your result.
And then you ask a question about why people are not succeeding. I think because of the ground mindset. There's a limit you're gonna hit, and you're gonna stop. I read a book. It's called Traction, and in that book, on the first chapters, talking about like a restaurant. You open a restaurant, okay? You're the owner, you're the chef, you're the dishwasher, you're the waiter, you go shopping.
Right.
I mean,
you are everything.
So how are you gonna operate a restaurant?
Right.
Fact. It's just tough, right? So you have to delegate and leverage these tasks, to each one.
Right.
Okay. You are a chef.
Right.
Then you need to bring a dishwasher.
Right.
You have to have all these in front of you before even opening a business. Do you have a budget for it?
Right. Can you deal with that?
Can you deal with that? There's nothing wrong. Yes, I'm the owner, but I'm bad at management. There's nothing wrong with that. Bring a manager. Don't say, well, no, I want to be a manager. But you're bad. Fire yourself. Hire someone is
better than you.
Exactly.
That's right.
Talented.
Right. Right.
You're the owner.
Wow, that's amazing, bro. I think the ego is what holding us back.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like what you're saying, man, if I want to get to where you are, it's the only way I learn from you. And the only way to learn from you is to accept that I am not correct first, 100%.
Yeah,
right?
100%, yeah.
Two is to understand that this guy has what I want, so my best way to do it is to be quiet and watch him, to do what he does.
Yeah.
Not just, oh, this guy got money. And, because as you say, people hate on you when you start being successful.
Yeah.
They don't learn from you. Like that guy who, when after 7 years of him working in the same place and you came to become a boss in 6 months, I believe the first question he has to understand himself, what's wrong I've been doing to not get to this point in 7 years, And people always think or act alive like as they are the victim, as like God has only one job is to put you down every day.
Yeah.
When you're ready, your job is to pull yourself up.
Exactly.
And that's when I think, like today, when I've been a refugee, I was listening to Tony Robbins every single day. I used to understand maybe 3-4 words.
By the way, I went to his, we went to the
Seminars?
Korean's family reunion convention, and they brought him for about 3 hours, 4 hours on the
That's amazing, bro. We went to Business Mastery together. We invested like 15,000 in that.
Yeah.
And we went to UBW as well.
It's definitely
life in Miami.
It's the 12 hours day, whatever.
Amazing. Like 3 days in a row for UBW, 4 days for business.
Yeah.
Bro, this is...
Did you work on the fire too?
No, I didn't. We went to get too late. Like, man, I think we left at 12 something in the morning. And they was still like have a line to the fire. But what we did, honestly, I did like Bob Proctor. I went to, God bless his soul, he left too. And then right now I'm doing Grant Cardone. That's when I started the business with like the marketing. I'm doing a lot of marketing today.
Yeah.
So that's the power I understand. I was saying. So when I get to this knowledge, and I really was not understanding English. I don't know what they're saying, but I have to know because I read his book in Arabic back in Jordan, and it helped me. So I'm listening, and I start to tell my people on the videos, right? I'm like, yo, listen, people, if you want to get your life, change your thoughts, change. I'm like, bro, after this video, everybody gonna like me, love me, and change, right? Man, I got hate. Like I'm the only one. Like I'm the reason of all the suffering in the world, right? And they start to hate on me. And when I'm really telling my cousin, bro, I'm like, yo, if you're ready just to change the way you think or the way you say words, like your words is powerful, so powerful energy. And he's like, man, you bullshitting, bro. You just get there and they scam your mind.
Yeah.
So I think that the ego do not allow people to accept to be like first a change, as you said, because Nokia get out the business because they didn't change the phone company. All right, now
I just learned that until today, they're the number one in sales.
It's Nokia.
Nokia.
They were
the phone 1100.
All of the years. I studied that.
They sold more phones than Apple. Sold
all four. And the point is, as you say, it's just not being even like prepare for the change, like adapt to it.
Yeah.
Or two, the second one, when you have an ego that I don't want to change. Oh, I don't want to learn from you.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to be coachable.
Yeah.
So
I make mistakes. We make all mistakes. We're not perfect 100%. We're not right. But like say, okay, what I did wrong, and I can evaluate myself what I did wrong, and how can I make it right, and to prevent from that happening. We change things in our business. I don't listen on a daily basis, but maybe on a weekly basis. Just take a look at it, what we need to be doing.
Right.
And
how can we do better?
At the end, that's what I think a lot of people think, okay, I'm the owner.
Yeah.
I
can mess it up.
I can do everything. I don't do everything. No, sometimes you know.
Right.
Unfortunately not. You have to find the talented people. There's nothing wrong with finding more talented people than you.
Fact.
Hire more talented people than you. That's fine.
Right.
They're good at it.
Right.
And they will take you where you want to be at.
Right.
What's the problem with that?
I think that's the, you don't have to be the smarter one in your team.
No.
You're going to lose.
No.
If you don't have smarter people in your team than you.
Be smart at what you're doing.
Right.
But
right.
Exactly.
Having smarter people around you, I think. And the second one, I always also believe that it's not about the decision that you're making. It's the decision that you're not making, because people think, as you say, that we're not right in every decision we make. But not making decision is making decision to not make a decision. So you let the world or the universe or whoever around you to make a decision for you. Like I know people right now, they have a man, right? He goes to the restaurant, sitting down, the waiter came here. What you need? I don't know. Bro, like you came and you're about to spend money on a meal. You want somebody else to choose it for you?
Yeah.
Like you're not even sure what you want to eat. So, right? So I feel like people just having this confusion that's, oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't want to. And because they don't want to make a decision.
Yeah.
They're afraid of being responsible of that decision.
Yeah.
So right now with this greatness that you have, you create for you, for your family, and right now for other people, because I'm straight to the point. I heard great things about you, brother. I know that
I appreciate it.
I heard a lot of like work. That's what I'm learning. I'm a great student. I love to learn from you, what you do, how you do it, how you become, because I know I have a better vision in me that I'm working on.
Yeah.
So with this greatness, again, as you're focusing on the knowledge, why there is people in the real estate world that I know, they have not make a real business yet. And why Wesam, he's growing and he made it and he's willing to open a new business in this time. What the secret, or how can you be successful to this point?
Yeah. I mean, definitely, again, the passion that you have to this business. My number one rule is treat others like to be treated. You know what I mean? Put yourself first in the other people's shoes.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why, I mean, because before I became a realtor, I was a homeowner. I was a buyer, right? And I went through a lot of stuff, you know.
That you want your client.
A lot, you know, exactly. You know, likenesses and weaknesses from from the agent that I bought my home with. I'm like, I don't want my buyers, my clients to go through that.
Right.
You know, even my sellers, you know, whatever, you know, my investors. So I always, you know, I was with a friend a couple of days ago, and they asked me a question like, who is your toughest client? I'm like, look, there's no tough clients. You know, everyone has a different, you know, way of thinking, and you just need to know how they think and how you interact with them.
Right.
You know.
True.
I work with people that looking for a house for over 2 years, 3 years.
Right.
You know, and that's a lot, by the way.
Right.
You know,
Of course.
they haven't. That's what I call. They haven't find the right house that they'll fall in love with. By the way, a lot of people they don't know that house and the people is a relationship. They fall in love with. You know.
True.
When you open the door, oh my God, I love this house.
Right.
And, oh my God, I hate this house. You know.
Right.
You know. So us, there's a relationship.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know, people. When person fall in love with other person.
100%.
You know, I mean, there's a chemical, right? Happen between, you know,
vibe is gonna be the
vibe, exactly.
energy, frequency.
Same thing with the house. You know what I mean? You know, I work with people. You know, within 2-3 houses. Oh, we like the house. Let's move forward. You know?
Right.
They have a clear. And then I go through when I first client. I meet with them in the office, and we kind of listen to them. Hey, tell me, what do you want to have in your house, in your new house? You know, what the priority, what the one that breaks the deal. You know, what the one that you don't want to have at all. You know, and even that changes when you go first showing, second showing, third showing.
Right.
They start realizing, okay, I thought I wanted a small kitchen, but when I saw a small kitchen, no, now I need a big kitchen.
Big kitchen.
You know?
Right.
Or vice versa. I thought I want to have a downstairs bedroom, but now I'm thinking about
How about upstairs?
upstairs bedroom. As long as you know what their needs and what their priorities, you put them down, and then you go through the search, and okay, this is the home that you give them a list. This is the home that I think is going to match you. Is going to, you know, check your most of the boxes, and then you just go through that.
That's awesome.
I say everyone has a different story. There's no person like another person.
Right. So communication, understanding.
Exactly. And
listening.
your client,
Right.
your people in front of you, listening to them.
Right.
You know, pay attention.
Right.
And
Care.
find the solution again. Find the solution to a problem. You know, every person is different, financially, career-wise. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that. Okay, and then we put one by one. We put a game plan and we stick to it. And a lot of people, they just focus on like today's business. If someone, hey, I'm thinking about buying next year. Oh, that person, forget about it. You know, he's way, you know, and then they forget about it completely.
Right.
But when you create a follow-up plan with that person,
Wow, that's
a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you know.
So you have a follow-up.
You have to, yeah. How you have?
Oh, that's great.
Because you have a 1 year goal, you have a 5 years goal, you have a 10 years goal. You know,
Right.
So you have these goals, but you have a 3-year goal for your clients, follow clients. I mean, you have to have that. You know?
Wow, that's awesome. 3 years follow
Even
up.
yeah, I mean, you're not gonna call them every day,
100%.
you know. But I mean,
You're
at least
following
you
up
check,
age.
you check at least once every few months.
Right, 6
Maybe hey, how's this thing going with it? Because it might change from 3, maybe it goes down to 1 year. Maybe they're. I had it happen to me. Someone called me, hey Sam, or I met him somewhere, at the hookah shop or whatever. Hey, we're thinking about buying next year. And then literally within a week, they call me, hey Sam, no, we're ready right now. So
Right.
you never know.
That's a fact. That's
Or even a seller, someone that, hey, I'm thinking about selling my house in next year. And then literally next month, hey, we're ready right now.
right.
Let's go, So like,
So follow up is a key.
I think follow is 100%. A lot of people,
They missing out.
they're missing out.
Yeah, I think I call it they're playing themselves.
Yeah.
To be honest, because I feel like they work too hard to get the lead.
Yeah.
Then when the lead is there, they just don't act.
Exactly.
They forget about it.
Yeah.
Or a
timing.
masterpiece of
timing.
what you do, bro.
Oh yeah, I
So
appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm like, I'm ready.
I got a lead, online lead from my website, and I tend to follow within 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'm like, I called a couple times, no answer within 5 minutes, and then I send text message. Hey, are you this person? Or this is X. And sometimes they try to trick you. I'm like, no, who you are? I'm like, well, I know my name is this and this. I'm like, yeah, we are. But if you leave it more than 5 minutes, you go an hour, they just forget about you.
Fact.
Oh, what did we did? Oh yeah, no, I remember. Like, but if 5 minutes, you just do that. When you go online, there's some other information.
That's powerful, brother.
So follow-ups
Right.
is 100% is a key. And I tell people all the time, just answer this phone. Answer this phone. If you can answer, you need to have a backup. Someone can answer this phone.
That's right.
And I again, how I want to be treated, I treat others.
Right.
I want to be treated like when I call someone, like I can answer. If I don't, I'm gonna go to the next one. I'm gonna go to the next one.
Right.
And the next one is gonna answer me.
Man, that's what I did with that. That's a great, because to be honest, we opened I think a year and a year and something.
Yeah.
We opened a media production company in Miami, right? So I got all this knowledge because, to be honest, I've been learning. I have not been a business owner before. So to get to what I do, I have not to be just only a coach. I need to market this coach. I need to, especially when I have like a thought I'm going to make an income. Do it. I have like 5 people on coaching, but I'm not making money because you're not and you have a wife, a house, and life here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have to get better. So I'm sorry. So I went to Tony Robbins. I'm like, I know you the best. So we found out the business mastery and we went in there. So they said, more money, more marketing. That's pretty the whole game. And I heard the same hook from Grant Cardone. So I start to learn because I start to learn, as you said, first the communication. Like, how can I communicate with people? Because I used to get mad if people, they don't want to,
Yeah.
Bro, you don't care about your life? You don't want to get better? Okay, don't worry, fuck you. No, I'm sorry. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, you have to get back, come down. I know these people need help.
Yeah.
Because I used to call like that. I'm like, how you doing? My target audience was actors in Dubai. That's what I love to work with. So I'm like, how you doing? I saw you in this interview. I think you're not doing great. Some people don't answer, so I send them a message, voicemail, text, or whatever. So as you said, I was not following up enough. People shows up, like 5, 6 actors I worked with, and they start to bring the word of mouth. But at that time, if I was consistent following up, I'm working with the 20 biggest actors at that time. But nobody doing it, as you say. Especially in the Middle East, follow up is ego that cannot be done. So how you want me to call him again? So when we opened the media production company, I had the keys on this wall, right? And the first one is follow up, right? Man, I promise that I have this AI system. Now we are generating leads from all Miami area, for Lauderdale, Hollywood area.
Yeah.
And we calling this lead, right? So I'm like a bro at it, like I get to the name, go to the website. I know what's wrong in the website in 3 seconds. Then I go to the Instagram, boom, and got no stuff. I got the report. Hello, how you doing? I'm here. I just want on Instagram, boom, 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 boom. I think you need help. Can we show up? And it's gonna be free. He's like, damn, what you think? I'm like, bro, you want to make money or you want to get out of the business? I'm just here to help. So I was so hungry to just hear yes. I heard maybe 1,500 no, because I wasn't even able to propose like what I have as a service in the right way.
Yeah.
My business partner was looking at me, bro, like he's like, you can do better. I'm like, I'm gonna fix it, but I'm not gonna stop calling.
And you know what is no stands for?
Yeah, it's just to the next yes. It's the yes is coming. It's
Next opportunity.
right.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. And I believe when the first clients came, and paid my bills at time, I'm like, all what I was looking for is one yes. Like I was get so, you know, when you get hurt, when you hear no a lot, you become like, you feel like disappointment.
Down, kind of down.
Right. And when Allah, I believe God sent me that first yes, I'm like, man, like there is so much hope right there.
You believe.
You're right?
Yeah.
So from there, I believe like a follow-up, I cannot even just say it's a key. It's already a business. Yeah. Like I believe we can make a business just by follow-up. Like if you don't have lead, you haven't not sold. If I have a follow-up business, man, I will get your lead and I will close them for you and send it.
Yeah.
Make a deal with them. So that's how I always believe follow-up is a real business.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
No, 100%, yeah. Yeah, I mean, follow is, I think it's number one.
Right.
You know.
So I want you like to look to the camera and give somebody's like us, people who is on the way, and people who is going to be in God's name on the way around now. They need your words. They need your motivation, and they need some like just something to make them move.
Yeah.
So it's just for yourself.
I want to say number one is to get up in the morning, okay, with a smile. That's why I do it, you know. First I wake up, I'm like, damn, I'm alive. And that is a big thing, you know, 100%. Get up, and this is the way I do it every day. I get up, no matter if I have an appointment, if I don't have an appointment, get up, dress up, and leave the home, you know. Just don't wait for an appointment to come in and I'm going to go dress up. No. Get up, dress up, and be ready for that appointment, okay? Mm-hmm. Stay positive. Have your clear goals, where you want to be at, and have a plan for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, and stick them somewhere on the wall. That way you can see them every day, and remind yourself, kind of give you a reminder where you want to be and where you want to be heading to. Have a passion and stay positive. And again, your big why, it's your support, it's your back, and that keep pushing you toward your goals and whatever you want to be achieving. So write down your big why, and your big why might change every year, I want to say.
Right.
Just review every year, and what's my big why every year, and just go from there. One more thing, create a vision board. A vision board where it's a piece of paper, what is your vision and what you want to have, you know. Could be anything, you know, a boat, a luxury car, $100 million home. Just put it in there, you know, and that board, just again put on the wall and look at it every day, and then just do one every year, and that will get you a step closer to where you want to be achieved at. Right. So don't run after money, run after knowledge, and money will come to you right away.
Wow.
And that's what I run through. I run through money. I don't run, you know, like after money. I run after knowledge, and money will come to me.
Right.
So that's the way I do it. So,
man, brother, we was with Wesam Baraz. This is my brother. He came all the way from Iraq to tell us that it's possible and you can make it. Listen, what we're listening to is not just a glory. We're listening to the story. We know how we all need education. We need to do it, and we need to do it for ourselves. We need to be independent, and you need to be a real man for yourself, for the people that already cares and counts and loves you. So that's what I believe the change happened. Change happened when you have a bigger why than yourself, when you think about more people on just your own. And that's what this great leader is about. He tell us exactly how he think about his family, about the knowledge that he always valued. In this interview, the biggest takeaway is knowledge is more important than anything. In my life, I have the first and the most highest currency in my life is people. And then I have knowledge. I know people can get you anywhere to help you with anything if you are the right one, of course. Because if you are the right one, you will always be around the right people. And at the same time, when you want anything, you have to know a lot about it. So knowledge is so important. And I have no words to say thank you for my brother. So please help me out to say thank you to him in this comments. And go ahead and look to his name. I'm going to put his name in the description. I'm going to put his information, his link and phone number. He's in San Antonio. He can get your dream home real. So let's do it, and let's do it right. Brother, I'm so grateful for you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I just want to say something that our people are very smart. We've been through a lot of stuff in our back home countries, wars. We struggle a lot. So successful, it's not far from us. We just need to go look for it.
Right.
What we've been through, it's a lot harder than to be successful. So don't give up.
Wow. That's amazing. That's greatness. Yeah, just do it for you because we're really smart and you are smart.
Everyone is smart. Look, there's no difference between you and I. There's no difference between me and others. Everyone is smart. Believe me.
Right.
And everyone is successful at something, but they might just not have finding it.
Figure out.
That's right. So you're smart. Just go find what is your passion and you'll be good at it.
Right.
Don't look for others. Don't look for others' goals. Focus on your goal only.
And that's true. And that's when you have a clarity, as he said, write it down, see it in your face so you understand what you are working for, what your outcome is. Because if you're looking for some money, $10 is enough. This is some money. But if you're looking for 10K or 10 million or 100 million or 1 billion, is different way, different strategy and different mindset. So, and today we're doing that for you, to support you, to tell you that everything is possible. We are on the road. There is no lack of abundance. There is always a way. So figure out your way and figure out your why so you can be on the same road and we will see you at the top. So remember, everything we're doing in God's name. So God first.
Exactly.
How we will see you at the top.